What's up, guys? Welcome to the Leicester on TV. I'm Reedy, obviously on a Friday night show, like always. Bit of annoying because our game is not until the Monday this week, but we can get hyped up for all the other games, and we will talk about the West Ham game as well. So hope you get the comments in, and we will be right back.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the Fan Zone show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, and Hope Against Cancer. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, how is everyone doing? We'll get some comments in first, but how is everyone doing? Appreciate you coming in on my Friday night show. Obviously, it's me, Reedy, but yeah. Right, so James, welcome, mate. Are you doing okay? Mayan, welcome, mate. Are you going to West Ham on Monday? Let me know. Stephen, how are you, mate? We are here. Maz, evening. How is everyone doing? But yeah, let's get straight into it. So obviously, the topics we've got today, we've got obviously the new contract signing that we all are really happy to see. We've got a new signing maybe. I've seen Brendan Rodgers' press conference on West Ham, and I think we are looking for another player. He doesn't want to say the position, but we're looking that we might get one more player before the end of the window. Obviously, we've got a new player coming. Well, not a new player, a standing player coming back from injury after he's got his mask, if you know who that is. And then we'll talk about the lineups with West Ham and not lot, because obviously it's the last game of the weekend. So, Jono, we'll get you in first.
Evening.
How are you, mate? How are you?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm good. So, first thoughts, Barnes, what do you reckon?
Brilliant. Nailed him for another 5 years. I think he's, one of the best upcoming players in Leicester. I think brilliant signing. The players were starting to sniff around for him, but we've sealed him and looking forward to him play for us for a long time to come.
Yeah, obviously he didn't have the greatest starts with us, did he? He started coming into the squad a few years back, and he wasn't fitting in for us. And obviously we sent him to West Brom, and he lit it on fire in the Championship, and then came back to us, and then he obviously grew even more by not really getting goals, but he was making the runs. And then obviously the season after, he obviously started banging the goals, and that was obviously last year. So it's good to see, and I'm just glad to have him for even longer, because I think he now, other than Vardy, I think he's our main threat. I think with the pace he's got, with the goals he can score, I think he's the second top goal scorer other than Kelechi last year. I think Vardy as well, but obviously it's something that we want to see and we love to see, really. Obviously, Mark says on a 4-year contract. Do we think that's a weird number of years? Normally people, if they want to stay for a long career, it's probably another year on top of that, 5 years. But do you think 4 years is enough to say that he wants to stay with us, I guess? Or
Well, he's still quite young. I think is he 22, 20, 21? I'm not sure he's that. He's
what I'm just going to say.
He's not an old player, so I think he wanted to
23.
23.
He's nearly 24.
Nearly 24. So that gives him a chance to maybe, if as an option, to go to another club if he wishes to. But he can grow here. Maybe he can extend his contract towards the end of this one. But nevertheless, I think it's just 4 years is a long time. And look how much we've grown in 2 years. The last 2 years we've made the Europa League. Obviously, another 3 years we could make into the Champions League. So I reckon he's a part of a developing team. Brendan knows that. So I think 4 years is a really good amount of time for him to have been at the club.
Yeah, amazing point. Obviously, Mayan says he's one of our own. Of course he is. There's quite a few Leicester players coming in through the ranks now that we want to see. Even Dewsbury Hall coming in. Obviously, Luke Thomas the last few years. But yeah, let's get Chris in to see his thoughts on Barnes. How are you, mate? Sorry. Well, I'll ask you how you are first.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. No, I think it's brilliant that the Barnes has signed an extension. He's been slowly but surely getting better each year. And as you said, he's only 23, so So there's plenty of life in him. And I said like last season, when the inevitable happens that Vardy hands up his boots for the last time, he could be the one that continues the legacy we're kind of putting on at the moment. He's certainly learned. He learned a lot from Vardy. I saw a lot of some of his goals last season were just so Vardy-esque. You can say that's clearly come from Jamie. He's clearly learning from Jamie, and that's a great thing to see.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, the goals the year before last, he wasn't really finding the net much, and he just couldn't really finish his shots. And obviously, like last year, it's even with the Villarreal goal off, if you can remember it, how he finished it was just you just didn't think he'd ever not score it in that position. Like normally, you just kind of bottle it, hit the keeper, or do what, but he literally just chipped the keeper, and you knew it was a goal. But it's something with me. I do think he's going to be our main threat throughout this season and hopefully the next 4 seasons. But it's worrying me. It's only 4 years instead of like the full-on 5 that most people do when they want to stay for the club. It's like after 1 year, it's something like, I could move on now. But yeah, we will get Ross in just quickly just to make sure we get his view on Barnes. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm sound. So I've got to hold my phone like this because I don't know if any of you's done the new. Any of you's got an iPhone?
I have. I'm not going to. I don't want it.
Have you done the new beta software update? The sound on StreamYard's really low. So.
Oh, okay.
So if I go like that, it's because I've tried to talk and hear you. So yeah.
What's your thoughts on Barnes before we do move on to the next topic?
Fantastic. I think it's great. Obviously a lot of commitment. Obviously, Indeed committed a few years ago, 2024, if I'm right correctly. Yeah. Obviously Barnes, he knows that he's an asset to Leicester, and I think it was disrespectful what TalkSport said. Liverpool target, like what? It's not. We're never a target in the first place. But no, fantastic.
Well, don't forget, Jamie Vardy is a Tottenham Hotspur target. Of course he is.
He would fit their style of play.
Sorry, do you know what you were saying?
I said, I think TalkSport said that he will be fit their style of play.
No, Jason. No, I have to spell his name because I might end up accidentally saying the C word. Cundy. Jason, him.
Kunde.
Yeah, because once I said it fast before and it sounded like I said the word. But no, he said, "Oh, I'd be fit for Leicester." I'm like, why would he go from Leicester, a team that have won more trophies in 13 years than Tottenham have in 13? They've won 1 trophy. We've won. Yes, it's the top 3 divisions in English football: the FA Cup, Community Shield.
We've won more in the last 4 months than they have in 10 years.
Exactly. Daka's won more trophies in 1 game than he has, and Harry Kane has at Tottenham. But why? It's like that's like going from a massive juicy steak, which I went to a steak place today, to my salad. Like it just doesn't go right.
Who's going to make a reference to his salad?
Honestly, I'll never live it down, the salad thing. So yeah, fantastic for Barnes. Just needs Tielemans to get a long-term deal. Now, but the issue is, here's the issue with long-term deals, is that let's say a big club comes in, not Barcelona because they're nearly bankrupt, but like an Atletico Madrid or Juventus, stuff like that, come in for, let's say, I don't know, for example, Barnes. They could a massive price tag on him, but the only good catch-22 is that we'll not let him go for cheap. It's the good and bad thing about these new contract terms. So there you go.
Well, that's the good thing with all of our players. It's like when Maddison was linked with Arsenal. Obviously, I know it was only rumours, but going for 70 million, you're like, is he, like, in our own opinions, is he worth 70 million?
No.
But that's what I mean. It's just a tax on top, and then obviously with being English as well, it just boosts it up about double the price as well.
Then again, what's Harry Maguire worth 80?
No chance. He's probably worth about 40, 50 max. But
30, 40 maybe.
The problem is though,
80.
do you know why his price tag will be extortionate?
It's because United want him.
No. What nationality is Harvey Barnes?
Oh yeah, he's English. Yeah.
There you go. But the pound man David Beckham went for 100 million. Maguire went for 80-odd million. Sterling at the time. Sterling was actually in a way, the best one to come out of it. St Johnstone's paint trophy went for like 47 million. If you're English, the price tag's going to go up and up and up. So there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, right. New topic. We have got a new winger / new signing we're looking at getting. I've seen the press conference from Brendan Rodgers for the game on Monday, and he says that he is looking for one more player. He doesn't want to say position. I think we all know what position he was looking for, and hopefully he's aiming for that because that's what we've been missing since Morris left. But do we have any ideas who it could be? I think me and Jono said there's a guy called what is his name, John? I forgot his name already.
I don't know his name. Don't come to me. I'm back. I got.
Is it the Dutch geezer?
I got Samari.
Madueke, I think.
What's the name? We'll have a go at it.
Madueke. He's from PSV. He's English. He's only 19.
Oh, he's English. Oh, I thought he was Dutch.
Yeah.
Oh, has he played for a Dutch team?
Yeah, he plays for PSV. But yeah, he's looking promising. But I was saying to John before behind the scenes that he looks like a St. Maximin, but I feel like we could get St. Maximin over him because he's so young. He's going to be that next new talent that someone's big's going to just pop out.
I think St. Maximin. I'll tell you why. You know, there's always players that have great potential, but they don't fully show it until they're playing with players that are more quality and more better players. You know, you look at players over the years that have gone a small club, Tottenham, and then they've gone on to win trophies with other teams like Kyle Walker. Your Kieran Trippier. I mean, he's won the league of Atletico Madrid. You know, he's been with quality players like that Jimenez and Oblak and stuff like that. Players around him. So if St. Maximin was to come to Leicester, I said it is an if. I think Brendan Rodgers can get the best out of him. So and it's like with Rodgers as well. Nacho before Rodgers came in, he wasn't living up to the standards at all. Nacho, the odd one game, yeah, but not all the time. And when now he's come in, he's scored a lot of goals under Rodgers, Nacho. So who knows? I like to see Maximum. I would like to see it now before everyone's bites made off. If only he could finish Adama. If only he could finish.
That's what I was saying to Jono, though. The players like St. Maximin and Adama are the players that we know are proven, and I don't think Rodgers is that kind of person to be like, here's 40 mil, give me your player. I think we're looking for that person that not many people have watched or seen, but we know if he joins, he's going to be something amazing.
That's the reason why we bought Vestergaard, because if Fofana got injured, we had to buy a player who he absolutely knew was Premier League ready.
Oh, yeah.
Vestergaard, tried and trusted. We know what he can do in the Premier League. The reason why we went for Fofana, Sumare, Daka is because they're not expecting, no one expects them to come in. No one knows what they're really going to do. Brendan can mold them into the player that he wants. That's the reason why I like to bring in those players. But I think with this position, if we know Perez is a good player, but he's not reliable all the time. I think we need to take Maximum only because, or Traore, because we know their playing style. He's tried and trusted. If we have them, Barnes on the left, and then Daka or Vardy up front, our strike force will be unreal.
Well, the thing is, you say about the finishing. So I'll backtrack what I said a bit there. When Barnes first started playing, he could do everything. He could cross. He could do everything, but finish. Mm-hmm. Now, Barnes is obviously, before he got injured, he was scoring a lot of goals, a lot more. His composure was a lot better. He was great touches, great goals. Who knows? Maybe that could happen with Adama or St. Max. I mean, St. Maximum knows where net is anyway. I think he's a very top player. I think he's at the wrong club. I think he needs to be at a top club. So obviously, we're in the mix. Obviously, Liverpool could be in the mix. Chelsea could be in the mix. I'm not saying these teams are going to go after him, but what I'm saying is that Maximum needs to reach his full potential, and I generally think he won't be at Newcastle.
No, it won't be. And it's like I say, that's what I said to John as well before scenes, that that's the sort of player we could go for, and I don't think there would be too much like how much would you max him out for? Because I know you'd probably put a max price at about probably 70 or 80 for a tackle like that, but I could see him going for like 40 to 50.
Listen, if Joe Linton is £40 million, okay, let me just get this. If Joe Linton, as Steve Bruce says, or Darren Farley says, if anyone's ever listened to him, he's amazing. If he is worth 40 million, Saint Maximum is probably worth triple or let's say double.
So he's not worth 120 million. I'm sorry, he's not worth 120.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Obviously, as a stat, that Joe Linton, a guy that's probably 1 goal, 2 goals for Newcastle in 2 years, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, Maximum is probably, I don't know where they got Maximum from. Where did they actually get him from?
I'm guessing this is towards Maximum anyway, but I'm not too sure. Maximum. I'm going to check this. I'm on the Snapman today.
Someone said Forgan Hazard. That'd be a great signing, but I don't think he's doing really well at Brust. Is it Dortmund? He's like, he won't leave Dortmund.
We can't dwell on say Maximum because there's been no rumours at
No,
all.
of course not. No,
but
so
I think
he came from Nice.
We're looking for Farn because obviously he was not tried and tested. No, I never heard of him until he walked onto the pitch.
Yeah,
but he was one of our best players last season. So maybe if we get that guy from PSV, he can do the same. He can come on and take the Premier League by storm. So if I trust I trust our recruitment. If they say he's good, I trust that he's good.
Our recruitment is probably the one of the best in Europe. And that might sound thinking, oh wow, why would people say that? But you look at the players that we brought in and they've gone on, they've sold on. Apart from Drinkwater, who's done stuff and been in trouble and gone. He's in Turkey or whatever.
Since Leicester.
You look at the players that we brought in, and then either they've gone on to do other good things for different clubs, or they've stayed, and had the enjoyed the thrill ride. Conte, nobody ever heard of him, did there? Let's be honest. And we signed him by accident. Steve Walsh after somebody else, if I'm right in saying. A year later, wins the Premier League title, leaves on a high, goes to Chelsea, and you know all the rest. Mahrez,
got 5
400k.
times the profit.
Pardon?
We got 5 times the profit.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Exactly. Mahrez, 400k back when he was in the Championship. People would say he would call him knockout part 2 when he first signed, and that is a true understatement. Look what he's done now. 60 million. He's won a few Premier League titles for Man City and stuff. So I could go on. The players we brought in.
The name that's coming up in the comments, which I completely agree with, and that's
Berardi. Yeah, I was about to mention that.
Berardi, is that the one from Italy? Is it Napoli? No?
Yeah.
Is it Sassuolo?
I don't know which club he plays for, but yeah.
I think it's Sassuolo. I think
you're a final.
I think since he's just won the Euros, any Italian player's value will just go through the roof.
I always liked Bellotti. Before we got
there's the boss Bernardo. Is that the guy? Are they talking about Man City Bernardo? Or anyone else? Bernardo.
I was just going to say, before we got Daka in, I would have liked to have seen Bellotti, because I think very strong and good player, but got Daka in there, so who knows? But here we go. Yeah, Felipe just put Berardi looked great, but agree with Jono, his value's gone. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but I mean, to be fair though, so as we've in effect, our value's gone massive. So some players are just willing to want to play for Leicester, and I think Berardi might be one of those players that they're wanting to. And so I honestly think that Berardi would be a great signing, and I think we could. The value of him might be a bit sky high at the moment, but at the same time, that's not that can be negotiated, and that's where the brilliance of our recruitment team come in.
Yeah, and just before we move on, I've seen the comment before a bit of a while ago. Say that we're looking at Berardi and all these players. Like PSV, you're looking apparently only wanting 30 to 35 million for Madueke. So is that someone we should just jump on, or do we look for that more reliable player that we have had?
We did a poll. Hamza is one player that not many Leicester fans want to keep. So maybe he's got plans of selling a few. Who have we sold this transfer window?
Well, we have sold somebody. The best player in Algerian history of Gazal.
Oh, see, look, we've sold someone who, I don't think has played didn't play at all last season. Well, the last 2 seasons, I don't think he's played. But so I don't think we need, if we want to get a few more players at over 10 million, I think we need to sell a few, get some seat bums up the seats. So
Berardi, apparently. They're saying it's 40 million for Berardi at the moment.
Fair play. Then I just thought, because obviously he's Italy, obviously he won the Euros, I thought it'd be a lot more than what people are thinking.
That's still a lot. Maybe that's 40 million. They could have, extensions on it, clauses, but I don't know.
Who says we can't do both?
I think we see one a bit cheaper than that.
Well, I do get the feeling that it's on deadline day. We're just going to end up getting someone on loan.
But again, it's
maybe
again it starts off at 40 million, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to pay that amount.
That's true.
That's negotiation.
Like,
go on, Johnny. No, go on, Johnny.
No, Arsenal just signed Ramsdale, right? 24 million pounds up front, but then they got clauses for 6 million pounds, right? So overall,
what is it for every save he makes?
30 million pounds it will cost Arsenal, who got relegated for 2 teams.
Does that mean that Arsenal are going to get relegated?
I hope so.
then at least Arsenal Fan TV will be interesting if that happened.
But before we do move on, obviously the last comment from the boss is saying that everyone's raving over Madueke, but we've not heard of him. Isn't that what Leicester have done the last 6 years?
As I mentioned, we've nobody ever heard of Conte, nobody heard of Knockout, nobody heard of Mahrez, Soyuncu, plenty of Fofana. I mean, I had a glimpse of Ricardo when he were at Porto, to be fair. Nobody heard of Daka. Well, no, I'm saying some people did. Like, not everybody heard of Daka. No, not many people heard of Vardy. Oh, God, the list goes on.
Well, the only reason I knew of him was because he almost signed from the home club, before we nicked him.
Who was that, sorry?
So the only reason I heard of Jamie Vardy was because he almost signed from the home club.
Well, one of the reasons,
Let's just not talk about it. We'll move on.
For example.
We're just going to get in circles of all these players.
Reedy.
We will move on to the main topic, and that is obviously West Ham. On Monday, hopefully we're all looking forward to it. Do many of us think we're actually going to go and win it, or do you reckon it'll be a draw away from home?
I think this could be one of. It sounds bizarre. It could be one of our toughest games this season.
Yeah.
You think about West Ham; they've had a fantastic last season. Like, basically, am I right in saying they're in Europa League stages with us? Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
They're going to enjoy that.
I think they're in pot 4 and we're in pot 3.
So we can't get them in the group stages, no. No, that's fine. One thing we do before we carry on, let's just hope that Ferrero Rocher team, please hold on to that lead against Tottenham in that Europa Conference. I really, really hope so. I mean, I think like a lot of fans have disrespected that team. I can't pronounce the name, so that's what they're known as. And it was brilliant when they lost 1-0, because the fact is Tottenham, like, all these teams are all Sunday League teams and everything. They're not taking it seriously. And yet they go and lose to him. And the fact and they say they're a big club. Do me a favour.
Oh, they lost me on my bet yesterday. I put a bet for Tottenham.
It doesn't matter about your bet. Tottenham are not going to win this Conference League.
Oh no. They say I think I saw a comment or a fact say that I think they lost in every single cup.
Only Tottenham could do that.
It's like, oh God. But yeah, obviously West Ham. I honestly think it's going to be one of the toughest games. Like Ross said, it's going to be hard. I want to see us win, and I do think we're going to do it. I said, Johnny, that it's a game that is a Monday night, and we've got pretty much a full lot of fans. It's the first game. I think it's the first away game. We're going to have a full pack fans.
We do have one advantage.
Yes.
We do have one advantage there, and that is the fact that, yes, West Ham did a double over us last season, but you've got to remember who scored the most goals for West Ham during those matches. Lingard. He's not playing for West Ham anymore.
Well, the problem is, though, their comeback against Newcastle. Yes, fair enough. It was Newcastle. That was still a good comeback they did. Considering, because Newcastle is a tough place to go. Whether people agree with me or not, it's still their atmosphere. I mean, obviously, Jordy Jono there, will agree. I've been to Newcastle away when their TV was hanging off. I was there. Honestly, I lived in Berwick at the time. The TV was hanging off. The game got delayed by an hour, and bloody Obertan scored. But anyway, no, it's so they're a good side. Antonio's the man to watch. Bowen, a guy that we were interested in at one point.
Ben Rama, I
Ben
rate
Rama,
him,
yes.
and he's one that we can't. Like, I think he's playing in that Lingard position this year, and I think he had a few shots against Newcastle, and they were very, very
There you
scary.
go. It'll be a tough game, but I can see Vardy nicking it, and I can, you know what he's like with celebrations. So he'll probably get like a bubble machine out and just start bursting the bubbles or something, or what are them things you used to get from the shop? You know, we used to what they're called, the
blow bubbles, yeah,
blow bubbles. Just get some out.
Just got in his pocket.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, if he does that, that'd be the funniest thing in the world. He's got to. Vardy, if you're listening. Yes, I would actually.
We all take a point,
but it depends on how the game's gone. So if we're 1-0 down, we're a minute to go, yes, I'll take a point and get an equaliser. If you're 1-0 up, you've dominated the game, and then you got a last-minute equaliser, it'd be disappointing.
From Simon's comment, I do like it because I think Daka and Kelechi work very well together.
Because we've got.
But with Barnes back, I just don't ever see it happening unless we really are being more of a defensive side. We've got to start Barnes now. He's back fit.
The thing is, we're playing obviously West Ham away, and if you remember, in our Premier League winning season, we didn't beat West Ham away. We drew 2-2.
Yeah.
And that was, let's face it, that was lucky because our penalty was not a penalty, not in the month of Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how, the thing is though, in football, in life, you need luck. When you win the lottery, you need luck. When you want to, try and pull a night out, you just need luck. You just need luck in anything. I don't get the luck in the night out thing, but I get what I mean. You just don't. You need that luck, and when if they have 25 shots, don't score, and we get one shot, one goal, I'll take it. It doesn't matter. People say, "Oh, you got lucky." Yeah, but we won. Doesn't matter how you put it. We won.
I think this is the worst time to play.
I'm actually going for a draw because again, we seem to do it so often. We seem to do it so often when we play West Ham away.
I don't want to see it, but I think you're right. I want to say we're going to win, but I think you're right. I think we are going to draw, and it's not a bad result there. And like I said, I think the 12th man in the fans, I think that's going to hopefully sway it our way. And it's just like I say, it's the first away game we've got when it's going to be a full-on crowd. So obviously, the Community Shield wasn't full completely,
which is surprising.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
Did someone say 12th man, Jono?
Yeah, like people say, it's you make Adam. There you go. You make your own luck, and it's getting to the point where we need. That's the thing. Like Chris is saying, we need to be beating these West Hams now if you want to be getting to that next level and stay in the top 4. So realistically, I want to go for a win on Monday.
The problem is though, we've got West Ham to Monday. If I'm right in saying we've got Norwich, haven't we, away? Am I right in saying?
Yeah,
Norwich away.
Norwich away.
Norwich away bank holiday weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't play. We didn't beat Norwich.
In Leicester bank holiday weekend, and we were away.
Brilliant. And another thing with Norwich as well, last time they were in the Premier League, we didn't beat them at all. Yeah, we lost 1-0. That and obviously drew 1-1. So we need to every game we need to take very seriously. Yeah, listen, we're not going to win every game this season. Let's get that right. We're not going to win. There's going to be some games you think, oh my god, we're going to win, and we lose. There's going to be some games we're thinking negativity. Boom, we win 6-0 against Man City. So
Simon's
if that happened, that'd be insane.
Saying, Simon's comment, just seeing it. Didn't we only lose 3 games away? Yeah, that's right. But one of them was West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, West Ham, Chelsea, and Liverpool were the games that we lost away from home last season.
I think it's the worst time to play West Ham because I think their squad hasn't improved since last season. Well, they haven't got squad depth since last season, and they've lost Lingard. The longer the season goes on, the more fatigued they get.
Yeah, and we need to play that later in the game, yeah.
The less squad depth they have. If we played them towards, before the rotation starts for playing them again, then I think it'll be a lot easier because they'll be more fatigued. Since the
best time to play them at Christmas would have been.
Yeah. Since they're all fresh, this is the hardest time to play them because they're still on a high from last season. They just beat Newcastle, so if we're going to beat Newcastle, it'd be a very tough game. But I wish we played them when they've had a few more games. The rotation is not as much. That's why I think this is. If we beat them on Monday, I think they've been the best results this season.
Another thing, Felipe's just put Jamie. Don't forget we've got the predict the score.
Yes, I was going to say
win pizza and predict the minute of the goal and then win pies.
I'm going to give this now before we finish. It's getting to the half an hour mark. Each one of you is going to get the team that you want and the score prediction, and obviously that will lead on to the end of the show. So, Jono, for you first, lineup and score prediction, please.
2-1. I'm going to go with Schmeichel, Luke Thomas, Soyuncu, Vestergaard, Ricky P, Sumare. I want Ndidi. I want Tielemans attacking midfielder. Barnes left. I don't want to say this. I don't want to, but Perez on the right and Vardy up front.
Okay, that's 2-1 on that team. Chris, what's your reckon?
I'm sticking with the draw. Instead of draw, I'm going to stick with the draw. I'm going to go 2-2.
Okay.
I think Tuchel is a guarantee. I think with Castagna coming back, I think he might go in. So I'm going to go Castagna, Thomas, Soyuncu, and Ricky P. Ndidi in front of them. I'm also going to go with Barnes, Tielemans, and Madison, because I know he's not injured now. And Vardy at them.
Okay, and then last of all, Ross, what do you reckon, mate?
So my prediction, I think. So you think 2-1, Charlie? You tell him.
2-1.
Who do you think will score this time? Because he got the correct. He got the prediction like Leicester to win last two games. So what do you think score will be 2-1? Who do you think will score Leicester?
Iniacho.
Again.
And Vardy.
Okay, and that's your prediction. Right, I'll go back to my prediction now. I'm going to go with another dirty 1-0 win.
Okay.
Because we seem to like winning 1-0s recently. 3 Wembley win trips, 3 1-0 wins. Beat the Wolves 1-0. With a bit of sting in you now. But no, I think 1-0. Vardy, blow bubble, pack it out, boom. Please, he's got to do it. Vardy, if you're listening, get a bubble thing, good at shop, 50p, boom, shakalaka. But yeah, 1-0.
What do you reckon for the lineup? The same or?
I think same. Just don't ever change the winning side unless there's an injury or COVID. Obviously recovering well. Obviously Bertrand, I know he's got COVID, hasn't he? If I'm right in saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's like one of the things. It's like my family's got COVID. My sisters, my little nephews have got COVID, so they're recovering well. My daddy's in his man cave. At the moment, so he's grown a beard out of it. So there we go. But no, 1-0 Leicester. I think same lineup, unless there's obviously things we don't know about. But it'd be nice to see Castagna. We hadn't spoken about Batman. About he'll come off the bench hopefully. So
I think my prediction would be I wanted to win, so I'm going to go for a win actually, because what I said, we need to start winning games that we shouldn't be dropping points to. So I'm going to go for a 2. They're going to score, so I'm going to go 2-1 as well. I want to say Schmeichel, Ricky on the left, right, Soyuncu and Marty. I'm not dropping a Marty. Don't get me wrong, we brought Vestergaard in, but we're not dropping a Marty.
No, I agree. I agree. Until there's any injuries or Marty's done mistakes, or even Soyuncu. Soyuncu can make mistakes. You never know. Marty can now suddenly be that centre back that we've been missing for all those years. You never know. And Soyuncu could have a shocker.
Is that
and then Vestergaard comes in.
Vestergaard can come in the 60th, 70th minute, defend the game out, and just win all the balls in the air. And like I said, you could go in midfield. You could even come into midfield a bit more as a more defensive midfielder and just keep winning the ball in the middle. But yeah, I think Marty, Soyuncu, and I think Castagna. I want to see Castagna on the left. I think yes, he's better on the right, but I think him being back, I want to see him in the left position. And then I'm going to go Barnes in midfield. I want to go Ndidi, Tielemans and Maddison. I think Sumer's better on his own when he comes on after half time. He just shows how much of a boss he is. And then I'm going to go Barnes, Vardy, and Perez again. But yeah, let's get a few people in the chat.
Daka will get his chance. Don't people?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah,
because then my TikTok's going to blow up. Then I hope so. If he starts scoring.
Jack says 2-1 Vardy. Vestergaard head up. Yes, I think he'll come back. I think he'll come on in the second half unless he starts. I think he'll get the winner if he does. If he does come on. Tribe Onion says 3-1 Leicester. You miserable gits.
Oh, I said 1-0. I said we win. To be fair, so
Only Chris, that's a miserable.
I'm not miserable.
Do you know what's gonna happen on Monday? Sorry, just before I'm gonna go in a second here, but just before I go, I'm gonna make a little call out. I'm gonna call out Sky on this. So it's Monday Night Football, yeah. So what's the game? West Ham Leicester. I can guarantee you for the next 40 minutes, for the first 40 minutes, 45 minutes, they'll talk about Harry Kane, and they'll talk about Spurs for some reason. They'll talk about Man City's. And Graham Souness and Pogba, because they love each other that much, and stuff like that. I can guarantee it. So just calling out now. There's no point literally tuning in until 10 to 8, 5 to 8, when Martin Tyler goes, and it's live, or whoever it's going to be. So just thought I'd let people know now. There's no point watching first 45 minutes when it comes on at 7 o'clock.
Says 2-1 Vardy and Madison score.
What's the watch on? You Blues. What's Leicester Fan TV for 50 minutes?
That is the point where we are going to end it. But before we end it, I will announce we have got a thing going on still with a pie. Obviously, name the minute and the first goal scorer. And you can be in chance of winning a pie. But yeah. But we will end it there. Obviously, Jono, you said what scoreline?
2-1.
2-1. Chris said 2-2. And
Desmond.
Yeah, and Ross has said...
I said 1-0 and Charlie said 2-1.
And Charlie said 2-1, and I'm going to go for 2-1 as well. But yes, appreciate your joining, guys. Yes, Jono, appreciate you coming in, mate, and we'll see you... When we'll see you next, probably on Jamie's show, or have you got anything coming up that you're on a watch-along, or...
Jamie, I don't know about a watch-along, but Jamie's show on Sunday.
Yeah, okay then.
Yes, Jamie's show. I missed it last week.
We'll see you then, Jono. Appreciate you coming in. Chris, appreciate you coming in, mate. Obviously, we see you all last week as well, but appreciate you coming in again. I'm glad your connection is still holding strong this week. And yes, we'll catch you all next time.
Yeah. And now we're down to 2.
Ross, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm going to head off in a sec. I'm going to get chocolate pudding on for me and Miss Charlie, and then get him to bed and play some more PS2. Yes, you heard that correctly. PS2. I'm going on my legendary games.
Good old games, yes.
Yeah, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. It's my favourite.
Right, we'll catch you maybe in Jamie's show.
Yes, I will, because last week I went out. I didn't get levered as I would a few weeks ago, but my best mate was here, and I didn't want him to screw things up while being on live on Leicester Fan TV, so I thought I'll give it a miss.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, we'll catch you later, and we'll hopefully get that win you want on Monday.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, see you in a bit. And that's it, guys. Appreciate you all joining. We'll get a few goodbyes in the chat before we do leave. Let's not be called miserable. We're not. We are not. Revenge will be sweet. Yes, it will be, mate. Peter says 1-0 City. Yes. And obviously, I will shout out. Is it Andrew? Appreciate you coming to me at the Community Shield. Appreciate your comments. But yes, appreciate you coming in. Fee said we will win 6-0 to Man City at the KP. Oh, would love to see that, wouldn't we, everyone? Yeah, appreciate you coming in tonight. We have been Leicester Fan TV. I have been Reedy. Appreciate you coming in today. Yes, Kane, Leons, bye, mate. Bye, everyone. Stefan, we'll talk about that on Sunday night, I think. Yes. Appreciate you coming in, and we'll see you all next time. Appreciate it. Let's go.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors: ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, and Hope Against Cancer. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.